I'm here with Ghost today. We're going to do some player interviews. So, Ghost, tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me your name, your role, your main, your year in school, what you're doing.
Hi, those of you who are hopefully still here or tuning back in, I'm Liam. I go by Ghost. I'm a senior. I'm gonna be a fifth year next year because STEM student.
Yeah, same.
So I play DPS right now. Last year I played support / flex. I really just play whatever's needed or whatever Lindsay thinks I'm good at.
Yeah.
Right now my main is Ash because that's like the only hero I can get value on that isn't Curie. And I'm going to school for ultimately forensic pathology, but my major is technically biology.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, how did you get into esports?
Along an arduous process. Back in my day, Fortnite was a bit not. Ultimately, like the first way I got into esports was through COD, actually, with like Optic and Face Clan. Like I think a lot of people's first like gateway to esports.
Yeah, like first interaction with esports.
At least in North America.
Yeah.
Was Face Clan, honestly, Green Wave. I love Optic. That's how I've been. Trick shots are cool and all, but Optic really sold it for me. But in competitive esports, my gateway was Fortnite because it's just easy. Not easy as in easy to play, but easy to get into, and it wasn't as hard to climb like in Overwatch. Or
absolutely. No, that's great. All right. What would you say your team's biggest focus in practice has been this week?
This week, I would say that the biggest focus has, well, it's the first week, so it's almost always going to be communication and just getting those roles assigned. I do happen to be a very loud person, even as a hit scan player, which you kind of don't really want, but that's kind of just the carryover from me playing Sombra and Tracer for so long. But other than that, I think a lot of it is just coming up with comps that work for the entire team and getting tempos down.
Yeah.
I know like flexibility has been a big thing, but other than that, I think that's really it.
Yeah. How would you say having like a strong start is for this match?
I'm going to say that with any esport, really, but Overwatch specifically, a strong start, like a dominant control can really set the tone because a lot of teams, especially in, I want to say collegiate, like not really upper level, like LCS and all that, but like anything below like LCS, like contenders or Face It, or I mean, even to some extent, even in LCS, if you get steamrolled on control, your mental is just kind of gone and it's hard to bounce back from that.
Yeah.
So I think a strong start is paramount to us winning, honestly. Plus, then we can just snowball that momentum through other maps.
Absolutely. And what would you say your biggest threat is?
My biggest threat is, I say this as a joke, but like swapping to Sombra and Tracer because I'm not even the best person to play them on the team.
Yeah.
Sombra, I've just never been able to gel with her kit since her like big change.
Since the pit, yeah.
So it's just been hard. I've been okay on Tracer, but I think hit scan's ultimately the role because it's kind of mindless. You just hold an angle. But besides that, I think it's like not egoing too much and trying to like be like, oh, I got this. Like you need that to some extent, but like when you're playing Ashe, you don't really have the impact of someone like a Tracer or like a Genji or even a Cast Vaxen where you can just be like, I got this.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's see. What would you say your win conditions are for today?
Win condition here is backline stability. I know that we can be pretty susceptible to just like letting them get thrown to the wolves. And when that happens, just not really trading front lines or trading backlines or like capitalizing on that.
Okay.
Or like answering it. When our backline is getting crushed, we either need to be decisive on if we're going to peel or if we're just going to be like, nah, we got to trade. Because if we're playing a squishy backline, they're playing a squishy backline, it's fine. If they're playing something like break back, no, we can't trade that. We're gone. We're dying. That's 3 health bars, a whip shot, and a shield. Like, I don't know.
And BAP shift.
Yeah.
Let's see. How would the ult economy affect today?
Ult economy is going to be big. We do have a tendency to just drop 4 or 5 ults at once, which kind of the mainstay in this. Like
this,
if you
this elo,
if you analyze like, I can't even really talk bad because I'm in this elo, but like analyzing top tier Overwatch to even tier 2, I would say this is like tier 3. I think collegiate straddles that line between tier 3, which is like Face It, and tier 2. Well, Face It's contenders now. So like Face It and then just ABC tournament.
Yeah.
Because this is technically an organized league, But depending on what elo you're in, it depends.
Yeah.
Like our elo, it's a lot of just straight up ult fights where you drop everything, don't really cycle properly. But I think with our elo, if we just start cycling properly, I think we win.
Yeah,
we just need to keep good track. We need to know what we're using, and we just need to communicate, really.
Yeah. All right. We'll stop with the negativity and we'll go with something more positive. What's something you guys have been doing great weekly?
I think a lot of it is flexibility. Yeah. I'd say flexibility has been good. Unfortunately, I'm now rendered down to a 2-trick yet again. I'm back in my somber days, yet instead I don't get to make the big funny EMP plays. I get to throw Bob and be like, but besides that, I think flexibility and then capitalizing on turning momentum has been a big thing for us. Yeah, we've had some bad maps and scrims. That's bound to happen. It's honestly why I like scrimming up, because I'd rather have the mental test than the actual, like, I wouldn't say physical test, because, we're not playing like football or anything, but like the mechanics, the
how will you do under pressure and everything. Yeah.
So I think that is a great thing we've been doing, and I honestly prefer script. Like, being down on people isn't really fun. Like if we were to do it for like communication's sake, like say our communications completely light out the window, like a past scrim, like for some reason we're scrimming GM elo. We could get there. You never know. We could no life.
Yeah.
We don't have scholarships, but we could do it. So say we scrim up, we get our teeth kicked in. We lost every map in the scrim. Didn't gain a single point. Like complete terrible scrim.
Yep.
Like getting one of those one of those easier scrims just to like hash things out with like comps and whatnot, I think is a good thing.
Yeah.
So I think our communication is key, and I think our flexibility is key.
Awesome. Well, it was lovely talking with you today.
Cool. All right, and welcome to CMU Esports. We're going to be streaming Overwatch tonight. Tonight we're going to be watching, for this first stream, Colorado Mesa Maroon versus Tarleton State. This is going to be week 1 of the NECC Spring 26 tournament. Well, not tournament, but season.
Season, yeah.
Here I have with me StubbyCrane.
Hello.
So tell us about yourself, like your name, the role, your main username, all that fun stuff.
Well, my name's Liam. The role I play in Overwatch is support. I think I'm currently ranked Diamond 1 right now, and I play for CMU Maroon.
And what are you going to school for?
I'm going to school for mechanical engineering technology.
And what made you want to go to school for that?
I kind of always just liked building things and messing with things, and well, can't really get any kind of good long-term job without a degree nowadays, so mechanical engineering is the way I decided to go.
I mean, I think it's a good choice personally, but I'm also a STEM student, so what do I know?
Yeah, it's hard, so,
So how did you get into esports?
I just saw the advertisement for it on one of the UC TVs, and I was like, I play Overwatch. It was still my freshman year, so didn't have many friends yet, and I figured a club was the best way to do it.
I mean, I think you made a good choice.
I would agree.
Outside of the mechanical engineering, I've seen what calculus has done to you firsthand. So for this match in particular, what was your team's biggest focus in practice this week?
This week, I'd say it's probably just keeping up with our communication, understanding, what kind of comp we play and how we're supposed to play it to its strengths and what have you. We still pretty new together, so honestly, we're kind of just trying to get as much time together as we can. So haven't done too much voting or too much planning, but we've all played together before, so we all kind of know how to, I guess, make plans and stuff for each other's weaknesses and, stay off each other's backs.
Considering that, what do you think is the biggest threat to your team's success today?
Today?
Yeah, for this match.
Well, we are playing with a sub today. We normally have Shakfu as our one of our DPS players, but he unfortunately has to go to work, so we have Prune in. I'd say that's just might throw off our tempo a little bit and might hurt us kind of in that area.
With that, how important is a strong start for your team, and how will you get to that?
I honestly don't think a strong start is all that important for our team. We've had several times where we've lost the first 2 maps and then reverse swept the team again, and although it's not what we want to do, I'd say that starting off strong only really matters when it comes to our mental and stuff, keeping up with comms and keeping up with performing at our best. I think everyone just tries to come, full of food, ready to go, that kind of thing.
So what do you think is the win condition then?
The win condition for our team?
Yeah.
I would probably say it's Badger and Kate. Or, sorry, Badger and Alexis. Badger Badger is, I'd say, our strongest DPS player right now with Shaq out. He always kind of knows what direction to go in. You know, he's normally the tip of the spear for most of our attacks and that kind of thing. And Alexis is very much the best survivable support that we have right now. She's very good at just staying in the fight, doing what she needs to do, and she's very hard to track down. So I'd say that those two are definitely the win conditions we have.
Do you think flexibility will play a huge role in tonight? And if so, how?
I'd say flexibility plays a big role for certain people. Our tank isn't the most flexible player, but he is very good at what he plays. And I would say that our backline is also not the most flexible. We don't really play Lucio all that much, which is a very big win condition for most comps and most teams. So we're just going to try and focus on playing on what we know and playing that the best rather than try and focus on counter swapping or anything. Of course, we will counter swap when it needs to happen. This is a big aspect of Overwatch. You know, you can't always just ignore when your counter is picked and things like that. But I would say that
considering like counter swapping and whatnot, and in terms your tank's rigidity and his hero pool, assuming Pekka doesn't come in, which I'm hoping isn't the case because we love Owen, we love Order 16 here.
Yeah.
Which role do you think will need to step up the most tonight to help you guys win? Now, I think I worded that badly by setting it up.
No, I understand. Yeah, I don't think it comes down to one specific role needing to step up, really. Overwatch is really just a team game, and I think that everyone kind of needs to perform in order for it to work, really. I say certain roles can stand up and like carry us. I think every role could do that, really, and everybody's definitely capable of that. But I think it's just I'd say it's a matter of Owen and us in the backline staying consistent. I think the DPS have a bit more leeway, but I definitely think it's more of just staying consistent with us in the backline and then Owen at the front.
Well, that's all I've got for you then. Good luck with your game tonight.
Thank you, yeah.
Just trying to have fun out there, I guess, right?
Yeah.
I'm Ghost, and I'm here interviewing
Ryan, also known as WackyFerret.
So, Ryan, tell us about yourself, like your role, who you main, you're in school, and like what you're going to school for.
So this term, I'm a substitute initiator. So if our main initiator Gert is out, I will be hopping in. My mains are Sky and Fade for Valorant. Credits-wise, I'm a senior. It gets more complex than that. We'll leave it there.
Yeah. So what got you into esports?
Mainly the Rainbow Six Siege Invitational a few years ago. It was like, oh, that's cool. Seeing people play at high level solo, there wasn't really much for me to do before coming here. And then Club was just like, you know what? Let's try it, see how it goes.
How important is a strong start for your team, and how do you guys try and get that?
A strong start is way important. Because Valorant with the econ, it's really easy for one team to snowball if they start off hot. You gotta start each half hot to stay competitive with the econ and then not have to be taken out of a hole. Win the pistols, win the ones, also just keep mental up, especially if they're down at the half, because the half is the reset point, so keep the mental up.
How do you guys then handle like high pressure matches in comparison to like practice?
I'm not too sure. It's kind of been like each person to their own, and like pressure situations kind of don't bug me that much, so I can't really talk to that one that much.
So I guess like with momentum and whatnot, who's feeling the most like, for lack of better words, hot on your team right now?
Right now, Logan or Cedar, definitely riding a hot hand with Duelist, and then Caden Skits on the controller role as well. Especially when it comes to like rounds where you can buy an Odin, it just rolls through the enemy team at that point.
How confident are you guys in this season's map pool specifically?
Better than last term. Because we've had a little bit more time to go through it all and actually be like, okay, yeah, we've played each map. We kind of know how much we like each map rather than we haven't had a chance to scrim this map, so we just ban that map.
And then what's one thing you're confident that like your opponents in general won't be able to shut down?
Vibes. That's kind of like the big thing for us. It's just like everybody's like together, doesn't matter. Like fighting in game does not happen. Well, any fighting is usually joking. So
vibes win, in my opinion. If you don't have good vibes, you are not going to make it far.
Absolutely.
Other than that, that's all I've got for you. And thank you for your time.
Thank you.